Couples and families, listen up. This is the loan credit card setup which you've been waiting for. Citi is leading the pack when it comes to credit card setups meant for you. And the good news is that you may acquire this setup, which I'm about to lay out for you, in under 3 months. I'm talking acquiring what I call the Citi Magnificent 5 and beyond in under 3 months. We already know that the Citi Magnificent 5 is unmatched for spend optimization, but what happens when you take that setup and apply it to multiple players? I'm talking about a multiplayer Citi strategy, one that turns everyday household spending into an endless loop of rewards that covers flights, hotels, and upgrades across the world. Now let's be real. I realize that it takes a lot of time and discipline to acquire the Citi Magnificent 5. And sometimes Citi slows you down with denial after denial. But if you're a couple or a family, enabling multifamily mode cracks the code and accelerates building a Citi travel ecosystem in record time. I'm talking swimming in an ocean of Citi thank you points. I like to say that Citi is more powerful when you play nice with others. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how couples and families can structure their Citi setup to unlock outsized value, and why this should be your preferred travel strategy now and heading into 2026. For those new to the channel, I'm Richard Depps from R2 Travel Rewards, and I'm an avid traveler, and I'm coming to you live from a luxury safari in Masai Mara, Kenya. And I'm also a very loyal Citi fan. I've been spewing my takes on Citi's value before it was cool to do so. Today, I'm giving you another take on Citi to help you maximize value. Feel free to hit me up in the chat section of my website, boomacompany.com, if you have any personal or targeted questions about your situation. Be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel before hitting me up on my website. And channel members always get priority. I'm breaking today's video down into 3 sections. Please pay close attention to all 3 sections. Section 1 is creating the Player 1 and Player 2 setup, couples mode. Section 2 is expanding the setup to include a Player 3 and a Player 4. And Section 3 is why this multiplayer card setup works. And please note that when you're applying for Citi cards, try to adhere to this general rule of thumb when accelerating Citi credit card acquisitions. Apply for 1 card every 8 days, but no more than 2 cards in 65 days. With that said, a couple or a family should be able to acquire all the cards in this strategy in under 3 months. Alright, Section 1, creating a Player 1 and a Player 2 setup. Let's talk about Player 1's card acquisitions. First, we have the Citi Strata Premier with a $95 annual fee. This anchors the setup with premium travel benefits, and it gives you access to full transfer partners. Next is the Citi Custom Cash with a $0 annual fee, and this is to optimize a key 5X category, and you get to decide which category fits your household best. Here's a list of the eligible 5X categories. Next, we have the Citi Double Cash, also with a $0 annual fee. This is a reliable 2X on everything else, and it rounds out the consistent base earning. And I recommend that for all the setups that I mentioned in this video, that you set up your players as authorized users for the Citi Double Cash. So this is our traditional Citi trifecta, which has value on its own, but I've expressed time and time again that it doesn't come close to achieving what the Citi Magnificent 5 accomplishes. Please watch this video on the value of the Citi Magnificent 5 in single player mode, and then watch this video on how to acquire it. I've been getting lots of questions on my website, boomacompany.com, that I should address a Player 1 and Player 2 setup, but I've taken it a step further to include a Player 3 and a Player 4. Alright, so let's talk about Player 2. They're going to start off with the Citi Strata Premier to take advantage of a second 60,000 sign-up bonus. Then they're going to downgrade to a Citi Strata at the beginning of year 2. The Citi Strata complements Player 1's Strata Premier, maintaining shared travel perks without duplicating the ongoing annual fees. And having a Strata card enables Player 2 to share points with Player 1. Next, Player 2 is going to have 2 Citi Custom Cash cards. Each is going to be focused on a different 5X category to expand total household coverage. So as an example, imagine that Player 2 uses both Citi Custom Cash cards for groceries, which maxes out at $1,000 a month, and contributes 60,000 points a year, while Player 1 uses theirs for dining at $500 a month, contributing another 30,000 points a year to the setup. Together, this player 1 and player 2 setup has the potential to cover every major spend category: dining, groceries, gas, travel, and more, all while pooling your points towards higher value redemptions. So we're left with a traditional Citi trifecta of a CSP, a Citi Custom Cash, and a Citi Double Cash at a total cost of $95, and a Citi Custom setup of a Citi Strata and 2 Citi Custom Cash cards, all at $0. And please note that each player with multiple Citi credit cards must be sure to link their cards into a single thank you points account, which they may do so in the Citi portal. Alright, on to section 2. Let's expand this strategy to include a player 3 and a player 4. Whether that's adult family members, additional romantic partners, trusted relatives, or grown children, it takes the system from powerful to unstoppable. Each player in this setup is going to hold a Citi Strata and a Citi Custom Cash card, and they're going to be an authorized user of player 1's Citi Double Cash card. So for the Citi Strata, each player should earn a one-time 30,000 point sign-up bonus if they meet the current spend requirements of $1,000 in the first 3 months. The Citi Strata card acquisition's primary goal is to facilitate point sharing with player 1 and player 2. However, player 3 and player 4 should be comfortable spending in the Citi Strata's 3x spend categories and 2x on dining. And for player 3 and player 4's Citi Custom Cash card, each player should earn a $200 sign-up bonus or 20,000 points after spending $1,500 in the first 6 months. Now there's a $500 per month cap in spend in one select category at 5x, and that equates to a cap of $6,000 in spend a year, and at 5x that yields 30,000 points. So I recommend that player 3 and player 4 use their Citi Custom Cash card once a month to procure a $500 gift card from Citi's select categories and then tuck the card away. And all your other spend should either go on the Citi Strata or the Citi Double Cash. So when we sum it up, each new player contributes 80,000 points a year in year 1, plus the points associated with spend on their Strata and Double Cash cards. And each subsequent year, they'll contribute a maximum of 30,000 points from the Citi Custom Cash card, plus the points associated with spend on the Citi Strata and the Double Cash. Alright, on to section 3, why this multiplayer card setup works. Each player in this setup has a specific role. Player 1 is the foundation builder and the anchor of this system. They got the Citi Strata Premier. It acts as a gateway to Citi's premium transfer partners like American Airlines, Qatar Airways, Turkish Airlines, and Singapore Kris Flyer. It unlocks travel credits, elite perks, and redemption flexibility for the entire group. They also have a Citi Custom Cash card, which allows them to lock in a 5x spend category that naturally fits their spending, like dining or travel. And it provides targeted acceleration in a single area without it being overcomplicated. And they have the Citi Double Cash. This is their universal fallback, 2x on everything else. It keeps the spending consistent even in uncategorized spend categories. Player 2 is our category maximizer. They focus on expanding the household's total coverage and multiplying the household's total earning velocity. They got the Citi Strata, which unlocks points sharing with player 1 without the Strata Premier's higher annual fee, and it allows fallback to valuable 3x categories. And they also got 2 Citi Custom Cash cards, and this is a real power play. Each card earns 5x on the first $500 spent in its chosen category per month. And by holding 2, player 2 ensures maximizing 5x spend categories up to $1,000 a month. And player 3 and player 4 are network expanders. When the system grows beyond just 2 players, the goal shifts from maximizing categories to maximizing scale. The Citi Strata ensures that each player added can earn, redeem, and access travel benefits under the same network. It unlocks points sharing and contributes 3x to major categories. Your Citi Custom Cash keeps earning simple but powerful, 5x on the categories that they spend the most on. And keep in mind, they're an authorized user of Player 1's Double Cash, which is a 2x catch-all for everything else. Player 3 and Player 4 extend the reach of the ecosystem. More cards, more spend, and more total earnings, all feeding back to the family's shared pool of Citi thank you points. And please note that once player 3 and player 4 enters the mix, player 2 should revert to owning the Citi Strata Premier, given the point sharing caps between Citi accounts. There's an annual point sharing cap of 1,000 points a year. So if player 3 and player 4 maximize their sharing capacity, then both player 1 and player 2 would need to hold CSPs. I consider this to be a very good problem to have, especially since we're talking about adding an additional $95 annual fee. So this Citi multiplayer mode strategy is for scale and for families who travel together. I think it's unmatched. What do you think? I want to hear from you. So let's get a discussion going in the comments to help promote this video and elevate this channel. Please don't forget to like and leave a comment on this video before hitting me up with your personal questions in the chat section of my website, boomacompany.com. Thank you for watching until the end. Since you got this far, it only makes sense to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and become a member for just $1 to help give it some visibility. As always, take care and be good to each other. Okay.